So that is not love, it is ownership. People have been programmed to only love what they can own, because we live in a value system of capitalism where the only things of value are things that can be owned. The capitalists want you to believe that anything that cannot be owned has no value. They might be making noise all their life about climate change, blah 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 blah, but the reason there's climate destruction, environmental destruction that is leading to climate change is because capitalists do not respect the value of forest that is not owned by anybody. So they get up, go to that forest, and they destroy it. They don't care about the sea because they cannot own the sea, so they pollute it. But you cannot throw chewing gum inside your swimming pool. If you throw my chewing gum inside a rich man's swimming pool, what do you think it's going to do to you? You're going to go and remove the chewing gum immediately from a swimming pool. But they can be dumping toxic waste in the sea constantly. There can be pipeline explosion, dumping millions of liters of crude oil, destroying the natural environment. That for them, because they don't own, they cannot own. The rivers of the world are polluted, are destroyed, because they cannot own it. It cannot be respected. It cannot be loved. It cannot be of value. What is the value of the sea? I always wonder, because many times economists come all over the world, they calculate the GDP of your country, but what is the value of the sea? Have they told us how much the sea is? They cannot tell you how much the sea is. So, because there's no amount of money for the sea, it is of no value. It can be polluted, it can be destroyed. Anything can happen to it. Because love in the capitalist mentality is tied directly to ownership. Because ownership is the only means that this system recognizes value. So now we have been brainwashed, indoctrinated into this system, right? In one of my earlier, but that time we used to call bed eye view home sessions. I don't talk about why did they beat us for school, right? Why teachers they beat us for school for Nigeria and in Africa in general. Why our parents they beat us for house, spare the rod and spoil the child, We forget say the Oyibo when they tell you say spare the rod and spoil they beat their children for, they see their life, then they beat their children, no matter what their children say or do. You understand? So, waiting they cause where our own educational system is so brutal to children. Now because now Oyibo teach us. When did they teach the first African doctors, the first African lawyers, the first African engineers, the first African educationists, all these people, the Oyibo people were maltreating them because they were teaching them from a place of hate. But they were telling them that is how to love. That is how to teach, sorry. That's how to teach. That's the only way to make somebody learn. You have to be hard on them. These Africans, you Africans don't have brain. You are savages, you are monkey. So we are teaching you, That's the way. After they learn from their Oyibo masters that were teaching them from a place of hate, they now normalize the behavior. Because that's the only way where they take reconcile. This Oyibo way that they look up to, where they act so brutal to them, it must be love. It must be the only way. So they normalize this brutality. They normalize this, callousness and brought it into our society as normal. You understand? So now, to go any classroom, teacher could say for an African child to learn, he must beat the African. And the poorer the child, the more beating the child need. You understand what I'm saying? So now there all these things from come, this our mentality of brutality in learning and in the homes. You know? Because we are also now in our homes. From the school now in the homes too is polluted by this ownership ideology of love. So when you don't own something and you cannot own someone, so let me tell you, if you're in love with somebody, that's why they talk say, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it is yours. Abi, let me tell you, let me burst your bubble, ladies and gentlemen. You can no longer own somebody. Owning of people is now generally illegal. Slavery is done. You cannot own anybody. You are not in control of anybody. You are not in control of anybody. You can't own anybody. We approach our relationships from a place of ownership. This thing is mine. Your children are not yours. No human being is yours. They are with you, but it's yours, like property. No. You understand? Wife is not your property. Husband is not your property. Your children are not your property. Your girlfriend is not your property. Your boyfriend is not your property. Love is not ownership. Humanity now, we must be able to love that which we do not own. It is impossible for people to love things that they do not own or they do not connect with, that does not benefit them. And that is where love is wrong. That is why we are getting it wrong. The love of those things that we do not own. For example, your nation, your country. No one person, no human being own. It's for everybody. It is hard for us to love Nigeria because we know Nigeria is for everybody. Sheirot say, am I in a relationship? I am married. I'm married. Relationship. Me, I don't marry. Nobody love Nigeria because we believe we don't own it. It's not our own. Nigeria is for everybody. Right? So the things we will not go accept for our own personal household, we allow it to happen in Nigeria because it is not, we don't know that part of love. We tie love to those things that we own only. So if you have a girlfriend now, right, that you cannot control, many people find it difficult to love such a woman. They'll say, they hear word. Listen at your staff. Listen at your staff. People want to be in control over others. This is the toxic love that we practice in our society. People want to be in control over other human beings and disguise this control as love. I love you, so you must do what I say. You must live the life that I want. You must be what I want you to be. You must see the world the way I want you to see. You are... And it's always tied to economic incentive. You see, the reason why people say it is men that control it, because it is men that have most money in the world today. If you see relationships now where women are the ones having the money, my brother, it's the same behavior. In control ni. In control ni. We are meaning, everybody is a oppressive relationship, is an oppressive expression. You see that they don't come. Being submissive, okay, let me talk to this submissive issue. Somebody here says she's meant to be submissive. The man too is meant to be submissive. This is what we don't discuss. This is the part of this submissiveness that men don't discuss, that Christianity and Islam has used their life to erode in your brain. The man must be submissive the way the woman is submissive. Do you know what we are submissive to? We are submissive to our culture. We are submissive to a common goal. You and I, in this relationship, in the context of our culture, have our goal that we submit to. You submit to that goal, not to the man or to the woman. Even the man is submitting himself. Because on your journey of that goal, to that goal, sometimes the woman has to lead. Because she's the one that knows that path. You put pressure on yourself as men when you think you must lead your women all the time, thinking that you as a man know all the paths. Whereas men even know less of the paths than women. Are you joking me? This submissive that you are doing is a Christian and Islam submissive. The true submissiveness is not to a person, it's to an ideal. The ideal of the relationship. Yes, say submit yourself to one another. Don't take it out of context. The man is the head, sha. They put the man is the head. Don't take it out of context. Bible that the Abrahamic religion that creates women as an after. I keep saying this thing that I don't understand how women in the world can be Christian, Muslim, or all this Abrahamic religion. I don't understand it. Oh, you see, because this is their God. Even forgot to create women. Say, he forgot. He had finished creating. He has done 6 days. He has rested. That it was done. Everything was perfect. His work was done. He rest. After he can't see say Adam is bored. Say, this Adam is bored. Let me find something to keep him company. He come from the keep company, bring woman. Afterthought. And as is na come gone, you na spoil all in plan. All in plan. As woman come, woman spoil all the plan. Oh, women don't suffer for that religion. We submit to an ideal. We submit to an ideal, not to a human being. Men, women in a relationship must submit to an ideal. And that ideal, we as African people, we must submit to an ideal of African consciousness and African liberation. That is what we are submitting ourselves to in this relationship. As my husband is carrying that mantle forward, I am submitting to him. If my wife is carrying it forward, because that is what we are here for. Submitting in a relationship is not about man and woman submitting to one another. No. If somebody comes to attack us in our house, I expect my wife to submit to me immediately. Go to my back. Let me face these people. That's why the ancestors gave me bigger chests than yours. Does that mean that my wife go try to do something in this battle? She said, well, they try pour pepper, pour hot water, do something, but this is my battle. This is where we are in the relationship too. When it comes to the fact that let's discuss how to make peace. Women are more in tune with diplomacy, peacemaking, and all those other things, intuition. Women are generally more intelligent than men. So if issue need more thinking, submit to your wife. Tell her, say, my darling, I want to make you help me think this matter. You're surprised what your wife can tell you immediately in that matter. All your guys can't tell you that. You know? Women know stuff. They know more than guys. Because guys brag a lot to women too. So women know shit. Trust me. But in Africa, nobody submit to anything. We just submit economic to economic incentive. You know, who hold pass? Give me a second.